Hello YouTube, this is Waynisha Smith and we are doing review for Sleepy Hollow Season 3 Episode 14. Let me just say that I love this season, but it's still not my favorite season. My favorite season was Season 2. I'm just saying, up until the end, my favorite season was Season 2. But anyway, this is still a good episode. It's getting better. So Abby and the new girl are in a forest with her new boss. And well, with her old boss, I just think of him new because it's not Corbin or the other black guy. So anyway, we're just in this forest and they're just having a good time doing survival training, and Abby's getting to get to know the new girl, and they're talking and whatnot. And the new girl tells Abby, the supernatural has ruined our lives a bit, but it has also brought a lot of good things into our life, such as people. And Abby's talking to her, and the new creature this week, it looks like something straight out of The Strain, where it's worms and everything. Because you know, in The Strain, there's worms. If you get bitten by them, you turn into the vampire and you get worms crawling all into your body and whatnot. It's so weird. And that's what the new creature reminds me of. It reminds me of something straight out of The Strain. It reminds me of a monster I'll see in The Strain. So anyway, Abby and them, they're talking and whatnot. And Abby figure out how to kill the monster. And the monster, you have to use penicillin, something like that. She gets some herbs, she mash it together, and she puts it at the end of her stick. And the new girl, Crane, this episode was funny because he was outside at the lab, and he was looking at this levitation thing, looking at this thing levitate with nothing holding it up, and he's just putting his pencil under it like you. He was just so freaking amazed by that, like just amazed. And Crane looked at this thing, and the man showed him that, you know, this pendant you show me is a two-piece, right? And the man rips it apart, and Crane sees a two-piece, and he gets his mind joggling to his tablet thingy, and he puts both two pieces there, and he gets visions of Abby in trouble, and he's like, I gotta go now, my partner, I gotta go find her. And Crane's like, okay, we found her. And he helps her by shooting the thing, and Abby officially stabs it to death. And Abby was like, how did you know I was in trouble? She was like, the pendant you gave me, apparently it's not a tool of evil, but it's actually trying to help us. And it wasn't tormenting Abby, it was actually trying to help Abby. So if it is a thing for good, then I'll be glad for it. This episode was so good. But let's talk about the hidden one and Pandora for a moment. Pandora, she is starting to see that the hidden one never truly loved or cared about her. Even if there was love there, she's starting to see that he cares more about his power than he does about her. And she's sort of thinking, maybe I don't really want something like that in my life. And so I'm starting to see that at some point in the show she's going to betray him. But I don't want that to happen. I want somehow they get into such a bad situation where there's monsters everywhere. The world's almost about to be taken over. I don't mean zombie monsters. I mean different type of creature monsters doing just bad things, terrorizing the world, because this is a god. And so far he hasn't been acting like a god. He's been acting like another power being monster. If he's a god, I would like them to do something on a world scale. And Abby and them trying to combat it. That's how I want it to be stepped up. I want him to be on a world scale, causing trouble around the world. I don't know, with a monster army at his back. And Abby and Crane is trying their best on the line, trying their best to take him down. That's what I want to see. I don't want to see a zombie army from season 2. I want different type of monster army. And they're still trying to struggle to keep this a secret. Like, that's how they can step it up for me in season 3. I want to see the Hidden One bring his power to a whole nother level, a different type of scale. To me, he's just another big boss we gotta take down, but it would be better if he was on top, that type of level badness. So that's what season 3 is lacking for me. And the show's going to go into a pit hole for me if we don't just get that type of badness. You could tell me how bad this dude is, but I need to see him in action. But other than that, this was a solid, good episode. Characters are growing, and my favorite part of this episode, without a doubt, is Corbin's son when he touched Pandora thing, and apparently the Wendigo is still inside of him. And he's like, I gotta go. I need to protect you. I don't want this thing to come out and nearly kill you. And she figured out a way to tell him that it's okay. You are in control. This thing does not control you. And I feel like that's going to be a strain on their relationship, but I'm interested and I want to see more of that. So this episode was a good episode for me, everybody. Tell me, what do you think about this episode? What was your favorite part of this episode? Let me know in the comment section. Bye, everybody.